as you can see, at a tobacco-free campus. Ooh. I'm such a bad boy. I'm up here on a parking garage that I like to come to. I've made one video here before. My girl likes to play. She can play up at the top where there's no cars anymore. You know, it's already in the evening, late evening. I have a nice view here. It's quiet. I'm not bothering anybody. Show you town. I don't know if you can see Mount Rainier back there or not, but it should be right in front of you in the distance. Not much to see here, just small town USA. Alright, I'll try not to fall down. Anyways, I wanted to do a review tonight. So here we go. It's a course cut, the Cornell Diehl course cut. So if you're familiar with it, that's exactly what it is. Kind of chunky. It's Latakia, Orientals, Perique. The Orientals are there, definitely, but they don't have the sharp, tangy, sour taste to them. They're kind of muted as far as that goes. And the Perique plays very well with the Latakia, so you don't get a ton of that just clean, straight Perique taste, but you can tell it's there and it's mingling really well with the Latakia. And so it's almost like a Latakia Perique and Orientals is the way I would explain it. And I get a ton of different tastes out of this tobacco, and it's kind of fun to sort of play with. I prefer strongly to take little tiny sips, and that's the best way that the flavor comes through. Take 2 or 3 sips. Retrohale them all, and then I relax. And it's such like a filling tobacco, but I'll get into that later. Or, you know, the more you retrohale it, the stronger the Perique comes out. So you can really smoke this however you like to get the taste out of it that you like, which is nice. It provides some sort of variety to it. And if you like the strong Perique, then you can retrohale it straight, and that's what you'll get. If you do long draws and hold a lot of the smoke in your mouth and then exhale through your mouth, you're going to get a strong Latakia hit. Well, hit, I don't know, but it's going to be really strong in the Latakia department. But like I said, if you just sip it, barely sip it, they all come together, and I think that's where the treasure is. And it's kind of fun to play around and try to find it and try to, you know, hit that spot, the good spot, the sweet spot. The room note is not going to win you any friends unless they're good pipe smoking friends, which are the best ones to have, right? Now the nicotine is probably around medium, so it's strong for me, but I'm a nicotine lightweight. So I got it in bulk, and so the bag note, if you would say, is much like the room note. It's really strong, musky, earthy. Latakia is what definitely comes through, and a little bit of the Orientals. You get like a little tangy scent from the Orientals. Now, I'm not a big Latakia fan, but I've really come to enjoy this blend. It just recalls to mind so many great pictures when I smoke this blend. It's a very hearty, like a full meal, like a roast. And the picture that comes to mind is I just see like a big burly man, a man's man with big hands, big sausage fingers that are hairy, and there's dirt under the fingernails. And it's called Byzantium, but that name is sort of a bit too sophisticated for me. It might be pretty accurate. I struggled to come up with my own name for it if I was to rename it, but it'd probably be something like the Norseman, because when I smoke it, it calls to mind like a Viking, or, you know, a king of a small country going on a hunting party, and then coming back after being gone for a week or two, and he throws a feast, and there's a whole feast set out in front of him. A big stone fireplace in the background. The fire is heating the room. A lot of fur, like wet fur jackets, and full goblet of ale or spiced wine. Sort of spiced wine would be good. Large portions of large chunks of meat and potatoes and carrots and onions, of sort of like earthy root vegetables and meat. The kind of meal where you're full, and you're full before you've finished your plate. It's such a satisfying meal, and you know you're done, but you want to finish it. You want to have some more. The taste is so thick. It's a heavy smoke. It's very filling. It's not an all-day smoke. As one reviewer said on Tobacco Reviews, it's not an all-day smoke unless you're the kind of man that pours whiskey over his cereal in the morning. That's sort of what it's like having a bowl of Byzantium. I can't imagine smoking it, say, before 4 in the afternoon. It's just that kind of smoke. Alright, there's a lot of things happening in this blend, but it seems like they're all happening in slow motion. The picture I get with that is like, you see a deep, wide river, and on the surface it looks like the water is just going by so slowly, but underneath it's deep and the current is strong and the water is swirling and churning underneath. And so if you dive in too fast, it can be totally overwhelming. And the first few times I had this smoke, I didn't like it at all. It was just way too much for me. And I really had to take it slowly and appreciate it for what it is, just sipping it slowly. Some notes so that you can enjoy this blend if you go out and get it. Other people have mentioned, and I totally agree, that it's best smoked with a wide bowl. If you have a really narrow bowl, you're not going to get the full flavors out of this. And the other thing I want to say is that if you just smoke this right out of the bag as soon as you get it, or right out of the tin as soon as you crack it open, there's a tendency for it to be very harsh. So it takes a little time to mellow out, and I would recommend that you give it that time, and then you'll be able to fully appreciate it for what it is. Alright, I think that's it. Till next time, guys, sweet smokes, be well, and love truly.